But I hope they don't like pull the plug on this tag team because they've been showing up and showing out better than any other women's tag team in either division. And I'm hoping they don't see Kairi Sane as just
they've got a lot of promise.
I'm hoping they don't see Kairi Sane.
They could definitely be the gold standard bearers for the women's tag team division.
Yeah.
No. But a superstar who was known to be injury prone, but is outside of the ring now, Pasty, Gregory Sugar Shane Helms Hurricane. Did I get everything in there?
Yes, I think you did.
What's up with that? Anyways, Gregory Helms had a rough Friday the 13th. He tweeted out on the 14th, quote, I started my day yesterday getting an endoscopy and then ended my day in the ER due to a damn kidney stone out of nowhere. Friday the 13th. Am I right?
I've never had a Friday the 13th like that. Sounds an awful lot like Jason Goes to Hell, though. Am I right?
I haven't.
Right?
In fact, I think most of my Friday the 13th are pretty solid, so. Am I right? Am I right?
And finally, on December 8th...
we wish a speedy recovery for Helms and his little pee-pee rock.
Yes. Take care of that. And finally, on December 8th, 2019, indie wrestler and game-changing wrestling mainstay Marcus Crane was admitted to the emergency room in Las Vegas due to issues from a pre-existing head injury. After being evaluated by the medical staff, it was determined that he needed emergency neurosurgery. During the surgery, the surgeon performed a craniotomy, where it was discovered that there was an infection eroding the skull and leaking into his brain. At that time, the surgeon needed to remove a plum-sized portion of his skull to allow treatment for the infection. The doctors did everything possible and were able to start with antibiotic treatment. Even though the first steps have went well, Marcus has a very long road to recovery ahead of him. The family has decided to raise funds for the incoming medical expenses of future cranioplasty that will need to be performed to repair the skull, antibiotic treatments, recovery therapy, specialized care, and transportation back home. If you wish to help, you can go to www.goFundMe.com/F/Mark-POBANZ-Marcus-Crane CRANE-recovery-fund. That's some rough stuff.
And if you can't handle all of that, we will pin the link to the top of our Facebook page so that you can just go there and click that, because that'll be so much easier. We wish the best for him. That sucks.
Yeah. I definitely could not imagine getting a plum-sized hole drilled in my skull. Ugh.
Kind of makes Gregory Helms' kidney stone look like a little bitch.
Right? Go whine about it some more, Hurricane.
There's a hurricane a-coming. Yeah, so there you go. We're going to pin that to the top of the page. Actually, I'm gonna go to my way and do that right now. Pacey, you want to take the... I like that. You want to take the reins on this next story, and I'm gonna actually go pin this to the top of the page.
Yeah, I gotcha. New York City police arrested a truck driver who they say fatally struck 25-year-old Matt Travis in East Harlem last month and left the scene. We reported back in our Best One Part 2 episode that Travis was struck while on his bicycle on Saturday, November 9th, and was found in the middle of the intersection and rushed to Harlem Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. According to a report from MSN, investigators determined a Kenworth dump truck traveling southbound on 1st Avenue made an illegal left turn onto East 125th Street, attempting to enter Willis Avenue Bridge, and struck Palacios as he traveled southbound on a bike coming off the bridge. 48-year-old Lou Luc Vu has been charged with reckless driving. Luc Vu!
Luc Vu!
Failure to yield to a bicyclist and failure to obey a traffic device, drive left of pavement marking, and failure to exercise due care. That's a hefty list of penalties. It was noted that it is not clear if the driver realized...
They just got him with everything they could. They slapped the shit out of him with them.
Uh-huh. Got to repay the curb, too. It was noted that it is not clear if the driver realized someone had been hit. Matt Travis, who is trained by Amazing Red, was a New York City independent star wrestling for both House of Glory and Game Changer Wrestling. Woo! And of course, if there's any more to the story, we will have more for you guys on that in the upcoming season of Beef Sticks Podcast, starting shortly into the 2020 year.
Yeah, it's just shitty that, you know what, accidents happen, and we get that, but don't drive away like some sort of asshole. Stop, get help immediately. Who knows, he might have been able to save him, you know?
Yeah.
Just don't... You're going to get caught anyways, you dumb fuck.
And before we go into the comings and goings this week, I just wanted to play a little clip I snagged from AEW Dark, showing Jim Cornette how to do it the right way.
Yes.
Orange Cassidy. He's a pretty tough guy. He's not one to back away at a Blink-182 concert. The man is actually one of the bravest I've ever seen. He's so brave that he would strap a bucket of maple syrup to his back and drive a motorbike through the great country of Canada.
There you go.
I love that. He's the kind of man who's not afraid to get into a fight at a Blink-182 concert.
There you go.
I love just the double joke made it even better.
It's perfect. And you know what, Pasty? If you're going to be running through Canada with some maple syrup strapped on your back, I hope like hell that you have Manscaped.com's crop preserver, because that has the anti-chafing ability that you want when you are booking it from some crazed Canucks of the North.
Yes. And if they manage to catch you, they might just let you go because you smell so good.
Well, we know how the Canadians love their beavers, so if you want to protect your woman while you're up north doing some ice fishing, make sure she uses the Lawnmower 2.0 to shave herself clean, because a hairless beaver gets away smooth and clean.
That's right. You know what they say in Canada, nude is camouflage.
I agree with that. And if you want to get any of these fine products, including the Crop Reviver Soothing and Hydrating Toner, the spray-on body toner that is designed specifically for highly sensitive, highly friction areas of the body. Doesn't have to just be your balls, doesn't have to just be your thighs, it can be anywhere. Features soothing aloe and witch hazel extracts for anti-inflammatory, anti-burn protection. Pasty, we said it last week. We're going to say it this week. We'll probably say it next week. When you're big fellas like us, or if you know big women, I love big women. I love women with big thighs. Oh, I could eat maple syrup off their thighs all days. But you get the chafing. You're walking for a little extra while. Maybe you're sweating a little bit. The chafing. And then it hurts to move. It hurts to sit. It hurts to do anything. Crop Reviver. Crop Reviver.
It's a lifesaver.
It is. And folks, remember, 20% off and free shipping. Go to manscaped.com and use the code BEEFSTICKS when you check out. That is BEEFSTICKS. I know we sound like a broken record. It is so worth it. Pasty and I use it. I know I made a second order already. Pasty, you either did or you're working on a second order for sure. I know that.
Yes, indeed.
You got nothing to lose. This is the best around. If you give a shit about yourself, if you give a shit about your own cleanliness and hygiene, and if you give a shit about your partner or women, what if you really just don't feel comfortable telling your man he stinks? You got a hard-working man. He brings home good money. He works his ass off. He takes care of the kids. He's a nice guy, but he's stinky. Just get this for him. You don't have to say anything. It comes in the travel bag. You leave the travel bag under the tree. When he says, "What is this?" you say, "I don't know. Santa must have left it, but it must be for you. It's Manscaped." Bada boom, bada bang. Everything's perfect. You're going to love sucking his cock. He's going to love getting his cock sucked. You can't go wrong. Manscaped.com, promo code BeefSticksPodcast, 20% off, free shipping. What do you have to lose?
Woo, do it today, not tomorrow. Right now, go to Manscaped.com. Use that promo code BeefSticks. Support us and support your boss.
And speaking of supporting, Pasty, on we're into comings and goings.
Yes, we are.
And on the latest episode of The New Day, Feel the Power, Kofi Kingston mentioned how he'll be sticking around WWE as he signed a new deal that will keep him under contract with WWE through the end of 2024. WWE is supporting the Kofister. But Kofi isn't the only one to sign a new contract, as both Big E and Xavier Woods also signed new 5-year deals at the same time. It is being reported that all three members of the New Day negotiated their deals for the same pay and same terms as a way to show solidarity, and that would not surprise me at all. I believe that.
Oh, yeah, they've all come out multiple times in the past saying how they want to stay the New Day. They never want to have the group split.
No.
And this is a good way to get that into creators' heads right off the bat.
Definitely.
I have listened to the new episode. I'm keeping up with this show. I like what they have to say. I like that they're real about the business. I like that they're not afraid to speak the truth. And
right.
It's a good listen. I mean, it's the New Day, and they're amazing people, and they all have amazing stories to tell.
I do.
The group itself is an amazing story.
It's fantastic. I do have to admit, this episode was probably my least favorite because it came off as it was a very negative or downbeat episode, I should say, which like, isn't bad.
Everybody, let's pick up Xavier because he's real sad.
Yeah, I mean, it was a very, very down episode. But
it shows how close these guys really are, you know.
For sure. It was legit. It was legit. They were not selling it. By no means. When I think of New Day, I think of the power of positivity, and you just didn't get that with this episode, but not in a negative way.
Yeah.
Let's let them be real. That's what we want with that show.
Yep.
No.
And I got to say, out of WWE's 2 podcasts, and I've never listened to Corey Graves' podcast and never will, this one's good.
Corey Graves, I haven't listened to his podcast, but just everything you ever hear about it. And yes, I'm going to steal a phrase from, I think it was Taz. It sounds like he comes off as a tryhard.
Yeah. That's keep him.
Like it's a gimmick.
Keep him at ringside calling matches because I think that's what he's good for. I don't know. I don't want to hear his opinion. I look at him and I just see a raging douche. How can you not? I don't know. On another WWE contract note, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford have also inked new multi-year deals with WWE. The length of Street Profits contracts was not confirmed, but as we have noted, WWE has been signing talents to 5-year deals lately. And boy, I
was excited to hear these guys were sticking around.
I mean, they'd be fun in AEW, but then you'd lose the primetime players. Or no, private
the private party is what you're talking about. Yeah, and they were basically a generic crime time.
Yeah.
And now that you got Private Party, which I'm not going to say Private Party is a generic crime time, but I'm going to say that you've lost even more value.
Well,
because
Private Party is the generic these guys. Like, there's no way around it.
But better.
I don't know. I like Dawkins.